What is up, everybody? My name is Darren, and welcome to the live stream of Stock Mafia. All right, so a couple things I want to talk to you guys about today, and obviously this is geared for you, and you guys drive this more than I drive this, but FTX. FTX is the crypto exchange that's SBF, which is Sam Brinkman Fried. That's what that stands for. He is the gentleman that has obviously stole a lot of people's money, so we think. And I'm starting to really think, to be honest with you, the way he's skirting around that, did he steal other people's money on purpose? Yes. Where's that money? Who has that money? And why are all these tokens? Why are all these tokens being hidden inside FTX, and why are they now showing up on Coinbase? So I saw a post by somebody and saw some information on Coinbase as well that they're now listing an AMC token. And if you guys remember back in I think it was April, Adam Aaron went on Twitter and kind of identified that this was going on and said he was taking care of this. And there's an AMC token listed on Coinbase. And I'll check again today because I saw it was a screenshot from somebody. So I should really confirm the nonsense that's coming out of my mouth. But what is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. People are rolling in. Thanks for being patient today. For those of you that come on my stream a lot, when I post, I'm going to say family business, but straight up, you guys know what's going on in my life. And listen, I just had to drop my mom off for like her cancer treatments. It's not like a wah, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, I don't need all that shit. But it is what it is. So that stuff pops up. I told my mom, I said, Mom, my people need me. And she's like, shut up. So that's what moms are for. Mom and dads are for to put you in your place. And my parents think I'm a wild man. So it's kind of nuts. That's why my mom keeps me from cursing. So I would just come on here and just drop the F-bomb and talk the way I usually want to talk. But I'm always afraid my mom's watching. So that's probably a good thing because I don't know. People that curse too much are annoying. So I don't want to be too annoying. But yeah, come in the chat. Tell me how you're feeling. Dude, down day today in the market. I know. I don't know what to say about it. Let me pop it up. I didn't share my screen at all. I should do that. Let me see. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I'm like coming in hot here. Because I said it was coming in at 11 o'clock, and here it is. It's almost 12:30. Coming in a little early, but it's all good. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I do appreciate it. You get my notifications and all that fun stuff. I was hoping to be trading Ape about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was like, dude, it's under $2. We can start moving this. Yo, Ed, what's happening? Callie, what's happening? What's going on? Ed, do you think the lower price so retailers can buy and they get? You know, it's funny. They do get liquidity. I mean, that is the problem here because they're not buying anything, right? So the more when we buy these synthetic shares, I know there was like a push. If you guys have watched Lou in the past and everybody jumped down his throat, and I don't like him. I think he's up to something. So I'm not gonna cheerlead for him. But he had talked about how we should all one time he was just like we should all just stop buying. And really, in reality, there is some premise to that. Not that it really makes sense because if we all stop buying, I don't know, they probably could do even worse things. But yeah, I think you're giving them liquidity right now. Because what are we buying? We're not buying the shares. We're buying synthetic shares. So if we even bought $100 worth of synthetic shares today, if that equivalates to Ape, I guess, because Ape's the lower price, yeah, we'd be handing them $100 to do whatever they want to do with. But that being said, I mean, we are winning. It's frustrating, but listen, BlackRock's down. They're down like $2 trillion now. And the big knock on them was they were down $1 trillion. Well, they're down 2 now. The Tiger Global, if you guys have paid attention to them, every time they put out their quarterlies, they're down 20, 30%. These guys are dying And so strange to say this, but they're dying from people buying a movie theater stock and a video game store stock. What the hell is going on? That's what's causing global collapse. It seems like that, doesn't it? It seems like that. Saying words like quadrillion. I never even said quadrillion before. It's like a new word. I don't even know. Is that even a real word? Quadrillion? Saying there's quadrillion shares out there for them to pull from? The hell's that? I mean, if these banks keep letting these hedge funds use these tokens as collateral or as some sort of like, hey, I got you in terms of shorting, then I don't know what to say about that. So Ed's saying, how are they shorting if there's more than 1 billion fake shares that were found? Thank you. Oh, thanks. I mean, my DD is your DD. I mean, this, like I said, this is a discussion. Do I have experience in the market? Yeah. Do I trade for a living? Yeah. I don't know if that makes me smart or stupid. Probably a little bit of both and crazy. So you think smart, stupid, crazy, and then you get me. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I get perplexed on these days where you see, what are we looking at ape today? $1.33. I mean, damn. I mean, I added to my position in the right when it started getting below $2 and thought, oh man, this is great. This is going to be awesome. Trade alert. Look, stock mafia. Woohoo. And now we're sitting at $1.34. Now, if you pay attention to my videos, obviously, if you're on my stream, and you guys will know this, and Callie, I'm going to get to you in a second. I think next week is big for us. And I don't like to put dates on stuff because I'm like, no dates, we'll get disappointed. Well, shit, I'm always disappointed. So, but that T90 is real. That T90, those FTDs on APE is real. And we have historical proof that it's real because when Tesla did a similar split dividend stock, whatever, preferred equity, whatever the fuck they want to call this thing, whatever they want to call this thing, when Tesla did it, stock ran. When Newegg, I don't know if you're familiar with Newegg. I used to buy like computer stuff on their website. God, like 15 years ago. I didn't even know they were still in business. Well, they did it. Stock ran. And excuse me. And Overstock, same thing. They did it. And they used one of those crypto coins on their T0 platform. They did it. Stock ran. So let's see what happens. Maybe this whole thing is a desperation by the apes. I mean, not by the apes, by the hedgies on ape. I mean, I'm looking at the chart and I'm like, but what are we supposed to say? So Callie saying spend over 1K today on synthetics, but someone will have to pay them back at some point. Callie, I'm right. Yeah, you're right. I got you. Yeah, it's the same. It's totally. Yeah, you're buying synthetics right now, but we're building the wall, man. Woo, we building the wall. And institutions are buying too. So to piggyback on what Ed was saying, it's like, yeah, you feel like an idiot because you're buying 100 ape here, or maybe you're even buying like 20 shares at AMC, or you're doing whatever you're buying in this market. Because it's just like, I feel like I'm just handing them money, but institutions are handing them money too. And people are like, well, they're loaning them out. Are they? Well, maybe they are, because what's the cost to borrow today? Like 120%, I saw at one point. I know it fluctuates. I know Vanguard has the most shares. Vanguard has the most AMC shares. And you're going to say, what number is that? I have no idea. It's like 400 million, something stupid. It's not that much. I don't know, it might be. No, it's like 200 million, something stupid. So Gary's saying, knowing that they have been using these tokens as collateral, can you imagine how over leveraged they are? Oh, yeah. I mean, every time we open a door, it's like, what the you know what I mean? It's like when you come home and your kids and you've been gone for the weekend, you come into the house and you're like, what the fuck have you guys done to this house? I mean, that's every time we open a door, you're like, oh, geez, what did you guys do now? And I'm sure there's regulators that are like, oh, you did what? You gave what hedge fund permission to do what? They got to get Kenny, man. They got to get him. They got to get Kenny. And I know I'm liable, I think, by saying somebody's name, but you know who I'm talking about. They got to get Kenny because he's just. This is like it's like lying. You know what I mean? You don't get caught by your mom and dad. You just keep lying and lying and lying until they call you out. Leo the Lion, what is up? Yeah, T90 next week. T90's like Leo, you've been on this before. Yeah, we've talked. That's what's up, man. Yeah, T90. Yes. Quadomo has asked a question. Let me see. One question. How can they blatantly ignore all the crime uncovered and act as if there's nothing to see here? This is a clown show. I've called it that. Yes, that is a great word for this. I've called it smoke and mirrors. Someone would call it BS. Yeah, this is but this is what the I know we have a lot of international apes on here, and what is up, guys? We are all one world. Let's be honest. Fuck the 1%, man. Fuck them. I mean, I don't know how else to say that, but I guess I just said it. I was pretty blunt about it. We're all one. We're not the 99% run this mofo because things have to change. Because our government, and I'll speak from the United States government, they act like if they don't say it, it doesn't exist. It's kind of like they don't say recession because if they say it, it exists. And then they have to be responsible for it and fix it. We're not in a recession. But gas prices are going up, Mr. President. Oh, I've brought them down since July. Oh, July when it was $7 a gallon and now it's $4? Yeah, thanks. I mean, that's the kind of rhetoric that we get, and it's insulting, and it really makes people mad. I am really surprised. I'm surprised more male prostitutes have not broken into other people's homes and beat them with a hammer. Just saying. And yes, it has kind of been confirmed that it was a male prostitute. So if you're 80 and you buy some new, I'm not trying to be offensive, ladies, but if you buy some new titties, doesn't mean that your husband isn't going to try to sleep with the pool boy. Don't make him mad. He'll beat you with a hammer. Right. Donahue made a good point. Donahue's my man. I mean, he's not my man. He doesn't know we're my man. I would love to have him on the show. I don't know if you guys ever get to talk to him in any way, shape, or form, but that would be so much fun for him and I to banter. I enjoy watching him. He's actually one of the only people I've been watching. Him and AMC Bigums are really like my go-to. A lot of people just, read like a Twitter feed or show me like a CNBC video. And I'm starting to get skeptic of people that are showing me CNBC videos because CNBC, I mean, dude, let's be honest. You're not getting news from there. That is a freaking infomercial for Citadel Hedge Fund. I mean, everybody on that channel, and I'm going to talk about Mr. Wonderful soon if we get a chance because he's on that channel and he's on my list. Donnie made a good point. Who pays over 100% for a stock they consider worthless? Oh yeah. No way. This isn't worthless. They know what this is. I have had concerns, and I'm sure you guys have thought about this, that they're diluting this thing like crazy. But when they dilute it, meaning there's just like so many shares out there. So when it runs, but there's another side to this. There's so many out there that they have to cover. So yeah, you're like, well, if there's so many out there and so many people sell, it's going to really affect the price. And I'm like, yeah, but there's so many out there to cover now. What do I think is going to happen? I have my theories. You guys can agree with me. This is something for the chat, but I'll read what Leo's going to say and then I'll bring it up. And then Ed's got a question. So down with the crap weasel Kenny. Yeah, if we can get rid of him, Mike, and I know you've kind of talked about this before, Mike, that he's the devil, man. I don't know how religious anybody is on here. I'm not a super religious person, but I believe there's something out there on the other side. You know, you ever run into like a psychic and they tell you like all this stuff about like this person that you knew that died and all this stuff, and you're like, hold on a second, I don't even have a Facebook page. How the hell do you know that shit? So I just believe there's something on the other side, and he ain't gonna have a good time on the other side because he's bad news, he's bad people, and he needs to be punished. He needs to be punished. He needs to be thrown in jail, and so do these government officials that keep taking money from him. Yeah, been working a lot overtime. Leo saying, couldn't we watch too? Well, appreciate it. Yeah, I know it's hard to get into my stream, and I'll be honest with you. Maybe this is my own insecurity, but I would do other live streams because sometimes I'm like sitting around the house and I'm always checking my phone. I mean, this is our life, right? It's kind of sad. My wife even said to me last night, she's like, "What do you want to watch on Netflix?" I'm like, "Babe, I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, I don't care what you watch." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I am so wrapped up into this stuff. Like, I can't enjoy my life until this thing is over." Now, that being said, I'm not going anywhere. I do love this crap. I do. For me, I love the stock market. I don't love being obsessed about two specific stocks, and maybe you guys will agree with me, for going on 2 years. But yeah, thanks for watching the stream when it's not going. It is kind of like I do have to get my game sharpened and treat it more like a podcast. So I do try to answer. I try to read people's questions. So if somebody is answering and they're not like watching a chat go by their screen, and so Ed saying we talk about how bad other countries are. Dude, I know where you're going here. I don't even have to read this. But after getting in this stock market, I cannot say that anymore. This government is about more corrupt than any other country. Yeah, Ed, you and me, brother. we are on the same page. I used to always say the United States was the best of the worst. Maybe we're just the worst of the worst. Because if our currency, think about this. If our currency is like the American dollar is traded all over the world. So we're kind of like, somebody has to be at the top, and that's where we are. The stuff that we do to our currency to manipulate it. I just saw Trump doing his speech the other night, and he was talking about how he was yelling at other countries about manipulating their currency. What the hell do you think we do? What do you think we do? I mean, this is manipulating the currency. Look at our financial markets. It's a joke. It is a joke. Yeah, Bob's asking, is T90 on Monday? That's what we think. I mean, if you're gonna be the Riddler and read Adam Aaron's tweets with his Joel Embiid back of his jersey number 21, you might say, "Hey, he's saying something's coming on Monday." I'm holding out hope for that. But to be honest with you, like I told you guys I had stuff to do, taking my parents to hospital. Nothing's wrong, just appointments. But my mom can't drive. So I remember my dad asked me, he goes, "Can you do that? Can you do me a favor? Because I got to do something." And me being so anxious, he asked me like on Saturday. And I was like, "Well, I don't know, Dad. Wednesday's going to be the day." How many times put in the chat? I mean, how many times have you said, "Oh, baby, wait till Thursday. Oh, 2 weeks from now, it's going to be popping." Oh my God. And we just get disappointed, and that's fine. It is what it is. It's a slow bleed. One thing we got to understand, and I am going to get to your questions. One thing we got to understand is this opportunity for us to make the kind of money that we can make on this play, especially if you own 1,000 shares. Listen, you can own 5 shares. Are you going to be a millionaire? I've said this before. I don't believe if you have 5 to 10 shares, you're going to be a millionaire. I just don't. And you're like, "Well, it can run because there's quadrillion." Do you know who we're dealing with here? You see what they do. And let me just answer this question. And somebody reference this so I can tell the London metal exchange story if nobody's familiar with it. T90. If MOAS happens, make sure you sell half your position during the run up. Yeah, push-ups. I'm with you. Yeah, so just saying, like, everybody's saying once. I mean, we can't really tell people when not to sell. I mean, honestly, there's so many things. You got to know the environment. You can't really say if it runs, you should sell half your stuff, because what's that mean? When it runs to what? You know, what's it run to? I mean, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna say this the right way without being offensive and get in trouble. I mean, there's like, you got to know your environment. How many hedge funds have closed? How many people are jumping? Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. You can draw your own conclusion. How many jumpers do we have? I live close to New York City. I think I'll get some feedback on how many jumpers we got. Bank runs, crypto going down. I mean, that's crypto. As much I've talked about blue chips going down and that being an indicator for us that this is happening, and this is good news today because blue chips are down. Let me see. I do everything on my phone, probably like you guys. But I'm going to look at all my blue chip stocks. I know Apple's down. Come on. Good Lord. It's a lot of red. I mean, Microsoft's up $1.70, but Microsoft's been down. Apple's down. Amazon's down. Not 52-week lows, but they were. Meta's down. So, yeah, these stocks are down. And honestly, I saw that 2 or 3 days of green. That was just a way of catching people, seeing everybody. Because if you notice, and I put a video out there that the media was saying, is this the bottom? I think this is the bottom. I think this is the bottom. I think this is the bottom of the market. No, it's not. It's not the bottom of the market. And unfortunately, people like me and other people don't work for you. And we're going to start telling people the truth, because honestly, who gives better news than YouTube and Twitter? You're not going to get better news. You don't get perspective from anybody. They're not allowed to say anything. They lie to your face. Let me see. Bank run. So what happens on T9? T90, they're supposed to deliver the stock. That's the FTD. So they're supposed to they're supposed to buy them in the open market. And if nobody's selling, then the price goes up. That's what I understand about T90. And man, I do keep things very simple, because a lot of this stuff, to be honest with you guys, is really new to me. And if you trade for a living or do it like as your side hustle, learning all about swaps and married swaps, and that's all crime. You're never going to see that again. You're not going to see any of that again. So, yeah, we want to understand it. We want to know what T90 is. And it's kind of like this. Best keep it simple, keep it stupid simple explanation for T90. God, it's supposed to happen next week. Let's see if the price goes up. That's kind of how I see it. Yeah, Dan, I agree with you. We own 99% of the float. We own over it. The numbers are out there. That's a thing that they can't hide. And Patty, hey, Patty, I love to say hi to the girls. I don't want MOS payment in CBDC. Either do I. But what are they going to do? I mean, I don't think we're going to get our payment in CBDC. That's not how that's going to go down, unless they kick the can and this is like 5-6 years down the road, and I don't see how that happens. I mean, look out, we're close. What does that mean? We're a lot closer than we ever were. BlackRock, hedge funds are closing now because these crypto places are closing. Was this done on purpose? A lot of people are saying that they think maybe this FTX was like a government thing to just close down, because I want to know where the money is. Because if he stole money, there's money stolen. Where is it? And it's in whose hands? I mean, is in Citadel's hands, and they're just using that money now to re-short the market. Aaron, what's happening? Aaron finally subbed to my channel. He said he doesn't hand out those to anybody. Do you guys mess with me, man? I got a crazy memory, especially when it comes to like pictures. Aaron, you change your picture, I will never even know who the hell you are. I won't know who you are. But your profile picture, I got like a camera for a brain, man. So if you guys want to stay in contact, and there's a really good chance that if you keep your profile the way it is, and we've had many conversations, then I will always probably remember. There's a really good chance I'll remember you. Yeah, Gary. I think Gary Gensler. Ed's asked if Gary went to Dubai, and I think Gary's always been there because he doesn't do nothing. He's on vacation. He's do nothing, Gary. What a joke! What a joke! And then he had the gall. I mean, think about this. Go back and had the gall to be like, "We don't have money for coffee." Shut the. I mean, come on, man. Are you serious? You're gonna cry poor. And cry poor, and then you find out later after he said that Gary Gensler is worth over $100 million. That's his net worth. I mean, it's wild. And he's sitting there going, "Oh, we don't have money for coffee." Oh, you cheap ass, buy some freaking coffee. You have $100 million. How freaking cheap are you that you don't? I would bring. If I had $100 million, and listen, I could be cheap. Look, I'm cheap right now. I mean, I'm using the free service for the streaming, but I will be changing that. So we will be getting more. We'll get next time. We will have high definition Darren. I can promise you that high definition Darren, high definition Stock Mafia is coming your way, because I just wanted to see how things worked out, and just kind of seeing how things go. And I want to make sure the streaming service that I was using was that worked for me. Not that I do a lot of fancy stuff, but I did watch part of mine. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of grainy. Obviously, my videos are a lot higher HD quality, kind of fun stuff. But we all need to send bags of Folgers. Yes, Folgers coffee to Gary after MOAS. Yeah, because he needs it. I'll spend that money. I'll do that. Stock Mafia can be the leader. You know what? We just start our own coffee brand. Boom. Got enough money, baby. I love opening businesses. That's what I do. Josh, what's up? DJ Josh in the hizzy. Yeah, so we'll send them coffee and bananas. Somebody sent bananas to a place. Yeah, they just send them bananas, which is really funny. Now they probably don't even they don't let you 10 feet within the building. Even though I love when people post those pictures when they're out in front of a Citadel Chicago and they're just flipping off the finger with their 8 masks on. I love it. Ed, you think he's going to jail? It's so easy for him to get out of this, because honestly, he can always say he was investigating and he didn't want to talk about the case. Or when shit hits a fan, that's the easiest thing to say. Well, we couldn't talk about this, but we had our eye on them. Whoa, we saw some synthetics in the market. Yeah, no shit. We've been telling you that for 2 years. I thought this FTX thing would be bigger. Josh coming in with the Mullen Automotive. So I will agree with some people with Mullen. I've never seen a Mullen car, so I've never really paid attention to Mullen. But I will look at the symbol. Is it running today? Not. 27 cents. What was the 52-week high? I don't know, man. 1590. I hope you're not buried in that, man. That scares me. That's scary. Because if it's under $1 and they have to be compliant within 60 days, I think it's 60 days or 90 days, they're going to do a reverse split. And that low, they'll probably do a 3-for-1. So say you had 300 shares Now you'll have 100 shares and it'll be like a $3 stock or something like that. I know, bad math, but you guys get what I'm saying. Um, yeah, I love to follow stuff. I know you guys have known this. I've traded Neo, Carnival, Snapchat, anything I like. I At the time I liked anything over $50. I tell you what we are gonna do, guys. I've already got my brain's already running the other way, and I'm ready for this MOAS to happen, no matter what, whatever falls out. Um, because I've got plans for other things, and I plan on sharing this with the people because this is and you guys share stuff with me. Honestly, I know people have asked me to do a Discord, and I guess I'll get there. I'll get there. Um, I guess I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube stuff. So, and I want everybody to know this. I am not the smartest guy in the room. Yes, I've traded before. I mean, I got a big mouth. I'm sort of funny. That probably makes me a good person to do this. And I got a good heart. So even though like I might be a little rough to some in my life, I do have a good heart, and I want us all to do well. And these people, like, I'll get into my Kevin O'Leary story. So Kevin O'Leary was an original investor in FTX, and he was big time into it. And he's gone on all these shows, and you see all these sit down forums where special guests Ken Griffin and Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, and all these guys get up there and they start babbling about how to make money. And he really pumping FTX. Now, what's funny about him is I've always been interested in Shark Tank, especially the people that are on that panel. Previously, I'm going to say about 6 or 7 years ago, Kevin O'Leary would bash cryptocurrency. He would bash it. He would say it's nonsense. There's nothing behind it. So when he got into FTX, I go, oh, all right. Okay, you like it now. You like it. What was it? God, it seems like a month ago, but it was literally 4 days ago. FTX drops, right? It just goes to zero. They file bankruptcy. He's interviewed, and he's like, well, we make mistakes, and I made an investment mistake. I'm not, and his quote was, I'm not going to invest in anything like that anymore that's not regulated, because we all know the cryptocurrency market is regulated. Man, not even 24, 48 hours. Dude's getting interviewed talking about how he would invest in Sam Brinkman-Fried again once he gets whole and returns the investors' money. What the hell is going on? What the hell is that? That's some shady shit going on with that FTX, man. That is some shady stuff. I don't care who gets, I do care who gets burned. I don't want people like us to get burned. You got crypto, man. My suggestion is you get your money or you put it in a cold wallet. And you can buy a cold wallet at Best Buy. Do I know how to do it? No, because I don't have any crypto right now. I used to trade it on Coinbase. I sold it 9 months ago because I saw this stuff coming. Not that I'm like some predictor of the future, but I didn't like what was coming. I started seeing this Shiba Inu nonsense coming into the market, and I was like, oh hell no, what is this? And I was just buying Ethereum. I was making a hell of a lot of money on Ethereum, and I rode that thing, man. I rode it good. So Ape is barcoding. Yeah, it's total BS. I agree with you, love. Josh is not buried on Mullen. Good, Josh. I don't want anybody to be buried. And if you are, you are. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Happens to me. I've been down 6 figures on a stock years ago. And I waited and I averaged down and I waited like a crazy man, and I got out of it. And I consider myself lucky. Don't buy stuff that you don't know about. Don't buy stuff that you don't want to own forever. Don't buy stuff that you can't see and touch or understand. Just don't do it. Don't buy a pharmaceutical that's telling you you're going to cure cancer. They ain't curing no cancer. They should. Enough money bumps into it. They should cure cancer. They have the cure somewhere. They don't work on the cure. They work on making things better and easier while you have the disease because they can make more money that way. Ed saying, I believe there's so many people in the government involved in this corruption. That's why nothing has been done. Yeah, no doubt. They're afraid. It's like the Epstein list. And they're probably the people that are preventing this MOAS are on that list. That's how I see it. You give me the Epstein list, I'll show you. I'll show you who's holding down Ape and GME. But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There are good players in this thing that have a lot of money. You can watch, some of my videos hold relevance. I know like when I go on YouTube, I don't watch old videos, but if you go back even like a week, my video is like 5 minutes, but I talked about like the whales coming in, the Carl Icahns, the Elon Musk, which I love that rumor. If that was the case, if Elon came in and bought even $500 million worth of AMC shares, woo-wee, man, he would be enemy number one, and we would carry him out. He could ride the Trojan horse on the top. He wouldn't have to hide. That would be wild. But whales coming in, there's little whales. There's little financial offices. There's little financial offices near me in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Same wherever you are. If you're in Orlando or Idaho or California, like there are other places that have $5-10 million on their books, and they're watching this. And they know, see, those are the type of guys that we all get in here and go, when's T90? Is that real? When is it? Oh, I think it's the 21st. No, it's 22nd and 23rd. Well, those dudes know. They know because they know other guys that they can pick up a phone and say, yeah, what's going on with T90? And the guy who's working on Wall Street, that his buddy says, yeah, you ain't going to mess with that. You're not going to be able to get away with that one. Meanwhile, we all just kind of trade information. We're just as smart as them. We don't have the tools that they have. So anybody insults their intelligence through this process, screw that, man. You can do anything. SBF getting a free pass. I don't know. It's like anything else. You ever see in the movies where they're afraid a guy's going to talk? And it sounds like he could talk and really bury some people. If he can talk and bury some people, he's not going to be alive long. They're not going to trust that. What's he going to do? He's going to turn around and say, oh, I won't say anything. Just let me stay with my beautiful girlfriend. Seriously. I'm sorry. Like, I think women are beautiful, and honestly, there's ways to be prettier. You can bleach your hair, get eyelashes. What is that girl? What the hell? She had like billions of dollars. Like, pull a Kardashian. You ever seen the Kardashians without makeup? Damn. And then they put makeup on. They're the hottest things you've ever seen. That girl had all that money and she's still walking around looking like Harry Potter. That crap, I don't know, man. That's disappointing. And I'm not trying to be sexist or offensive. I'm just speaking facts. She had all that money, man. She literally looked like Harry Potter. I knew somebody was going to start getting into the chat and start carrying on with that conversation. Hey, man, this is for entertainment purposes, right? This is we're not here to just talk about depressing shit all day. We're going to get them. We're going to get them. We're going to get them. We're going to get them because we're stronger. And I said before, these apes are digging into that fucking blockchain right now, and they are figuring out stuff. They're calling out Mark Cuban on Twitter. They're like, hey, Mark, why'd you create this coin? Damn. I love us. I love the knuckleheads that go on YouTube and talk to us. I love the people that come into the chat rooms. I love the apes that stay on Reddit. I love the apes that go home and dig into Excel spreadsheets and dig up stuff. I love the Bigums of the world that will go on and Google the living daylights out of banking information. Dude, we can't be messed with, guys. We are an army. We are an army. We're an army. Yeah, he's definitely Ed. He's getting Epstein. Unless he's still in business, unless he has all that money, which would be pretty smart. If he's just like, oh, you guys want your money? Yeah, you want your money? You gotta let me live, and you gotta fly me to Dubai because my girlfriend Harry Potter, her and I need to get together. It's been 2 weeks. What are we talking about? Let's do it. I don't know what we're doing, but sounds good to me. Let's do it. I'm in Florida. Love to go back when I can. Where are we going? See, you got to understand something. When I start rambling on about stuff, I sometimes forget the hell I'm saying. Oh, going back to Cali. Dude, if it wasn't a copyright infringement, I would play that song right now. Boom. Yeah, the little whales. I mean, that's the thing. Like I said, there's people out there that are gonna they're gonna pounce on this, and maybe it's next week. I know that when Ryan Cohen bought GME back in March, he made the price spike because he buys on a lit exchange. He doesn't have to deal with all this nonsense, which is kind of funny, isn't it? How can a guy like that? I mean, I know he's worth a lot of money, but how come he can buy straight? Why can't we buy straight? Because they want to control our order flow. Because they control our order flow. Too much buying, send it to the dark pool. Too much selling, send it to the dark pool. They can control the price, and that's what they're doing right now. We could buy 10 billion shares of synthetics today, and it would go down 2 cents. It's the goddamn truth. And then the government's going to come in and go, whoa, we can't give you all that money. What do you mean you can't give us all that money? It's our money. We're the ones that bought the stock. It's funny, when the money comes to them, they think it's theirs. Let's say we bought $1 billion worth of AMC GME and it all flowed to Citadel's dark pool. They call government, we're like, they want us to give them $1 billion. What? You can't just hand them that money, those peons. Meanwhile, that's the money they made in a week when we're buying their synthetic shares. Woo, Mick, congratulations. Mick just became what is that? Is that a five-figure holder. 5-figure holder of AMC. Now, is that combined or each? But way to go. It doesn't matter. Even if it's combined. Even if you have 5,000 APE and 5,000 AMC, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. All right. What else are we talking about? Let's get on Twitter. See what the peeps is talking about today. It's always something. Always something. I don't know if you guys have been following this Cole Airy person. I tried following. Oh, she let me in. You have to like request. She or he, I can't tell. Oh, it's a girl. Cool. And she's got a gun. Don't mess with her. I love, listen, this is great. Examples of injustice: not holding elites accountable for fraud, pedophilia, human trafficking. This page is only my opinion and observation. Well, she's one of us, man. I mean, she's a good person, obviously. A good person who will shoot you. And that's not a bad thing, honestly. Sometimes I think a lot of people need to be shot. Oh, 10K each, Mick. Way to go. Woo! Woo! Ready for that run? I know somebody's playing with their calculator. What if I sold at $1,200 a share? I know somebody's playing with that calculator. It's crazy to do that, and I know you guys could all be like, "Oh, what is this whole calculator thing you speak of in the stock market?" Oh, you've done it. Even if you own 3 shares, you're like, if I sell all 3 of my shares at 100,000 a pop, I can pay off my mortgage. Yeah, that's the funnest game about the stock market is playing with the calculator. Callie says, pretty sad when your name becomes a verb. You just got Epsteined. Yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? Street cred. What's up? Good morning, everybody. What's up, Street? Good morning. Street, where the hell are you? That it's good morning? Yeah, lots of people get SBF'd. But do you get Epsteined? Or what if you well wait, what if SBF gets Epsteined? Then there's no SBF'd. Think about it. It's a real brain twister. Oh man, West Texas. All right, hold the border. I hear they're coming in. Hold. Your whole life is one big hold. Unbelievable. Open borders. That is just the craziest thing. How can our president of the United States, seriously, how can you like justify that? Well, once again, they don't talk about it. So it doesn't exist unless they talk about it. Booms. I'm not going to ask, but you know what I'm going to ask. So you can just say, I'm still there, or I'm working on getting out. Not gonna put you on blast. Yeah, I've talked about this a lot with you guys about brokerages, and I've gotten a little disagreements about the DRS thing, and my thing is with the brokerages. I don't know what brokerage is good. I have no idea. Still there. Come on, Booms. I'm scared, man. Please tell me you have your stuff in other places. Like if you got 10 shares in the hood, please say you got 10 shares in Fidelity or Vanguard or I don't even know, Schwab. I don't know. I want everybody to make their money. And I just think I'm potentially going to get screwed somewhere. It could be I will not be brokenhearted if I had all my shares in computer share, because a lot of people are like, you can only sell for $3,500. Listen, if I got $3,500 for my shares and I was being screwed, I would be all right with that. And why do I say I'd be all right? Because I've got my other shares in other places. So if I get screwed somewhere, like say you're in, I don't know, brokerage ABC, and then C sells your shit at $100 and you're like, that's bullshit, and nothing can happen because by the time you fix it and all that stuff, it's in the thousands or whatever. That's my thing. I just want everybody to be safe. I want everybody. I'm not pushing. You see me. I'm not telling you to get 12 free stocks with Moo. I'm not doing that. Oh, listen, I'll do it. If I find a brokerage that I think is like legit, shit, I'll do it. Why not? I'll pay for my microphone. But I just don't find those guys right now to be legit. Moo has questions. There's some things about where they originate from, and what I found out through my research is they're originated out of China. So you're telling me when this thing runs that you're going to get your money? I don't know. Moo. Same thing with Robinhood, Webull, payment for order flow places. I think everybody's paying for order flow. They can say they're not, but if they're streaming if they're funneling any of their orders through Citadel and these dark pools, it's being touched, it's being manipulated. I mean, just the fact that anybody uses a dark pool, that's straight manipulation right there. Holding back buy orders, you just hold them back. Well, when do they ever get like unheld? Patty saying I left my OG shares on my original brokerages for AMC and GME. I did open an account on Computer Share. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. That's what I did. Anything Most of my GME shares are on computer share. I do have some AMC and Ape in computer share, and I use Vanguard and I use Fidelity. That's not financial advice, but that whole not financial advice is all bullshit anyway. There's no laws that says I can't do that, but there's no laws that say somebody just can't sue me for no reason either. So let's just put it the way it is. I could sue you guys for making me cry on my live stream. When Moon, well, next week. I don't know when Moon is, but when $50, when all-time high. That's what I want to see. Somebody even said, I saw this and I haven't researched it. Maybe you guys could. The fact that we're in the Russell 1000, it makes us more susceptible to halts. Pretty interesting. Because halts are what's killing this thing sometimes. I mean, the run-ups. These guys just need to be they need to just die. I mean, they just need to just, and I don't mean a person needs to die. These funds, they need to just go underwater. They need to go underwater. And they will, because honestly, there's no way that right now that Vanguard's making money in the market like they're used to. Like, let's say they pull in $50 billion a year through like trades and fees and all this stuff. They're not making that money. Nobody's buying any of that stuff. The activity in the market is nothing. Activity in the market is so low. Leo repping the 2000. Now, when you guys say AMC and Ape, I just assume you have each, so I combine them. For me, I don't even count that I even own Ape. I just see it as like bonus. I mean, if Ape ever ripped, it's like bonus check. That's how I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's how I feel about Ape. It's one of those things where if it rips into like the 30, 40, 50 range, I can't tell you that I'm going to hold it because Adam Aaron's not. Why are we holding in that range if he's not? So, if Adam Aaron's not holding, I ain't holding either. Now, Ape goes to 50 cents and he flips it and turns it into AMC shares. Boss. Now all of us that have, 2,000 or 10,000 that we're talking about, we just get into that number. Now you got 20,000 shares of AMC. And you're like, well, it dilutes it. Yeah, it dilutes it, but with the heavy activity going on, so this is a perfect time to tell the London Metal Exchange story. If you guys remember, let me see if I can find it on the screen. I'll just search it, but let's see if it's in the news. They probably got rid of it. But if you remember, this was a while back. I'm trying to find it, but I'll just keep talking. If I can't find the article, because it's so funny how the article that everybody wants to really read doesn't pop up. That's suspect. Let's go to like the 700th page. So here's the thing. So nickel ripped. Mr. Simon, what's happening? So nickel ripped. And on the London Metal Exchange, it's hard to say. So I'm going to say LME from now on. So the LME, the nickel price ripped to it's short. It was heavily shorted and it got squeezed and it went to $100,000 per share of nickel, right? And there was like a Chinese billionaire that was heavily shorted and he lost his whole fortune or lost a significant amount. And he turned around and said, I'm not paying it. Now, guys, I'm talking, this just happened I feel like it happened like 8 months ago. He's like, I'm not paying it. And they're like, oh. And now understand that people were selling at the top. They were selling in the 80,000 range, the 90,000 range. So they went to him and they said, "Well, what will you pay?" "I'll pay 50,000 a share, but I'm not paying that 100." The LME, the London Metal Exchange, comes back and says, he's only going to pay 50. Anybody that sold above 50, you're getting 50. That's it. You don't think that's going to happen with us? I mean, you don't think that's going to happen to us? Oh, I believe it is. So you have a reason to hold. You have a reason to hold because of the LME situation. Because if this thing rips to 100,000 and you're selling at 100,000, there's a really good chance that they're going to come back to us and say, "Yeah, we're only giving you 75." And you can get your lawyer, you can get them. But I'm sure there's some bullshit fine print stuff that the DTCC is working on right now that'll allow them to do that. So just be ready. Just be ready for anything. When you get your money, sit on it for a while because it's not your money yet. Wait till it's in your bank account and it settles. And put it in a credit union because these ISDA banks, they're going to have issues. And yeah, you hear about AMC Bigham say, get out of these ISDA banks. And I understand what he's saying. Now, he must assume that a lot of people have a lot of money in these banks. But, if it's just a regular checking account and you got $4, $5, to even $10,000 in your checking account to pay your bills, yeah, it would be great if you could take it out of there. All of us just leave. But what a pain in the ass that would be. All this automatic withdrawals and all this stuff. I mean, people's mortgages come out of that stuff. But when we get our squeeze money, yeah, find a credit union, find a good place to put that money and sit on it for a while. Because I will tell you this, and you guys will understand this. And I know we're talking about Gary Gensler, and I haven't really jumped into the chat. So I am reading it. I'm sorry if I haven't. I've been going on my own rant. Because I am trying to help. I really am. That is why I started this. Yeah, is it fun? I love it. This is fun. I love talking to everybody. I love the friends that I've made on this just in the short time. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. When we get our money, this is really important. Pay attention. When we get our money, they are coming to get it back. If they give it to us, they are coming to get it back. So let's say you make $1 million on the MOAS. Don't go running around and buying Mullen for a quarter because you think it's going to squeeze again. That mother out of Harlem, and you know what I'm talking about, him and I have the same hairline. He's talking about, once you get that money, you're going to flip it and get into I'm going to give you other plays. You're going to give me other plays? What, on your YouTube channel so everybody else can see it? Man, I ain't following anything that guy says. I'm not following anything that guy says. Listen, you follow this channel post MOAS, and we start talking about 10 different companies, and we profile 10 different companies and we do technical analysis on 10 different companies, that's a hell of a lot different than me telling everybody to go buy GTI. If I say, hey, look at Carnival, look what that's doing, you make your own decisions, right? You make your own buying and selling decisions. Oh, look at NEO, it's doing this and that. You make your own buying and selling decision. Somebody comes in on a public forum who has 85,000 subscribers and gets like 10,000 views on all his videos and tells you to go buy GTII. You don't think hedge funds are watching that? You don't think they're doing nefarious shit behind the scenes to prevent that from running? I know it's black and white, and I know I made it black and white, but some people get wrapped up in him, and he's a con man, and I don't blame anybody for getting wrapped up in a con. But yeah, if you've watched Lou, and I don't watch him anymore, but I am very much I used to watch him like everybody because I love like sitting down on my couch with my Fire Stick and just going through all the YouTube videos. And I watched him, and he said some stuff that came true, and I was like, dude, this guy's getting insider information. There's no doubt that he's getting insider information. So, but he's depressing too, because it's always like next week it's going to run, in a couple of days it's going to run. This is the run. And he now talks about GTII the way he talked about AMC. It's like the same script. I mean, word for word, the same script. So just be careful if you watch them. I know you're like, I heard this before. And yeah, I have too. When I watched him, I heard people say he's a con man. And I'm like, yeah, I still kind of think he's a con man, but I don't know why, but I like watching him. He's got me. He got me hooked. But I didn't like his take on Ape, and that's what kind of lost me with him. No, street cred. You and me, brother. That's the same. I said the same exact thing. It's funny. You just threw it up in the chat. Street cred says, F Lou. He was cool, but flopped when Ape rolled out. Yep. That's exactly how I felt. Once he went on the other side with Ape, I was like, what are you up to? And he would always do this song. It was always funny, but he'd always go, oh, Mr. Simon, I would whoop Lou's ass in a boxing match. I know he's like, oh, I was Golden Gloves. I mean, whatever, dude. You're the same age as me. You're out of shape. And I'm not saying that I'm some like pillar of like health, but like, come on. I don't know. You know what it is? And my wife likes to say this, and it's really true. A lion doesn't have to tell you he's a lion. He's just a lion. And Lou is always telling you how tough he is. You know what I'm saying? And at our age, what? Dude, I don't want to get in any fights. You know why? Because I'm don't know. I'm tired. I don't really want to get in any fights. You're like, how about tomorrow? You're like, I'm going to kick your ass. All right, fine. You want to kick my ass? How's Thursday work for you? I mean, seriously. Like I said, Lou always will just talk about how, Mr. Simon loves this. This is my thing, because he caught me in a rant, and Simon says, how many donuts is Lou away from a heart attack? And the celebrity secret code answer is 2. Lou is 2 donuts away from a heart attack. Oh, Miss G. Kelly says 3.5. Well, I'll take the under. Roll the dice, baby. I'll take the under. That's what I'm talking about. I'll take the under. I think once Lou has that second donut with his coffee. House Finance Committee just announced they will make I'm going to say inquiry, Patty. It's okay. That I tell you what, it's so hard to type anymore. There's so many programs that like fix your words, and you're like, no, I didn't type inquiry. I typed inquiry. And they'll just flip it. You know how many times I tell people to fuck off and it changes to duck? No, that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to say the F word. Stop saying I told him to duck off. That doesn't make me sound tough. Once again, a lion doesn't have to say he's a lion. But when his words are being changed to duck, and then I just turned into Matt Kors, Duck Gang. Hey guys, you guys still watch him? I've never watched him. And I know he's somebody I'll blast. I hate to say it, but I'm kind of with Bigums with the whole fanny pack. I've said before, listen, Stock Mafia ever gets really big, oh, that'd be fun to sell t-shirts and coffee cups. But I would be very selective in terms of what I would put that logo on. Because honestly, that's the only thing that I would think anybody would ever even want. It'd be fun to have. I love that S that I designed. It's similar to a yeah. Simon goes, duck Matt Kors. Yeah, duck him. Yeah, he's a shill, man. You know it's come out. And a lot of, I don't know, I truly don't know how he has like 400,000 subscribers. It's something nuts. I don't know how he has that many because um, his videos don't get the views to have that many subs. I think they're bots, and I hear people say that's a bot. I don't really know what a bot really is. I mean, I know what it is, but um, it's just crazy. But to be honest, he took money from FTX, and that's why he calls himself Crypto Cores. And I will tell you, I've spent probably 10 minutes watching his videos over the past 2 years, 10 minutes total. I don't like him. I don't find him to be informative. That duck would only answer questions if you give him money. Yeah, and that's hard too. Now, I'll be honest, like look at me, like if will I ever get to that point? I don't know. I don't know. Obviously I love money like anybody else, but he's like 23. Like what does he know? What did you know when you were 23? I'm sorry, but you don't know shit. And if you're on here, like you know a lot. And I've said this before. I was a high school teacher. My high school students are super smart. They were super smart. And I don't teach high school anymore. So, but they're super smart. They taught me how to do stuff on eBay I didn't know about. They'll teach you how to do stuff on Twitter and TikTok that you don't know about. But I think trading in the stock market, you got to have some life lessons, and you got to understand money, and you got to know how you're earning it, where it's coming from. And I'm not going to take advice from a young kid. I'm not. So these young kids that are really popular on YouTube, like God bless them, way to go. But I'm not I can't do it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, guys, I did this. This does help. Hit the like button. Please subscribe. This is the most I've ever had in a live stream. This is pretty cool. It was at 66. Well, 66 because I am the devil. But why isn't it 69? Her. I've never really understood that whole thing is why like the super strong and Reddit and all that stuff get into the whole 69 420. I mean, dude, do what you got to do. Anything to calm it down. I get it. But it's silly stuff. All good. Trying to have fun. Albert, I'm kind of afraid to read Albert's comment here, but we'll see. Wait a second. Albert, I'm coming back. G. Kelly made a good point. That's a really good point. That his sub count is so high that that you might feel like he's like a plant for the hedge funds. Dude, you're onto something there. Because if you think about it, I don't know how long you guys have been in this, but I will tell you this. The only reason that any of us know who Matt Kors is because of this whole thing where they're like, oh my God, did you hear that Matt Kors just got shut down? And it was put on Twitter. When Trey was like doing his thing, and we were all watching Trey, all watching him. And he was like super fun and cool. Oh, maybe he was like I was or am. I won't change. I'm not in my 20s. I am who I am. So if you're like, oh, Darren's cool, he seems like a cool dude, wait till he starts throwing around black dildos. Never gonna happen. I don't want to touch a black dildo, so I'm certainly not going to buy one and then bring it to my live stream and then play with it. There's like a hierarchy of how the black dildo will eventually show up on camera, and that's never going to happen. But no, G. Kelly has a good point. Like maybe they build up his channel. I mean, all those subs, that's a lot of subscribers, like 400,000 subs for somebody like that. Trey's made sense. I think he had like 300,000. He probably still has them. I'm sure you guys haven't unsubbed. I unsubbed from him because if he comes back and it's like, hey, I was having a tough time. Yeah, dude, you're having a tough time because you weren't getting that check from YouTube anymore. That's a tough time you were having. But hopefully the check cleared for the payoff that you got to go away for a couple months. I mean, I'm just saying, there's no way that he wasn't paid off. There's no way. You don't walk away from that. You don't walk away from building something like that. And like I said, he's young, so it's easy to get somebody like that. And and it seemed like, I followed Trey from the beginning. I actually was like kind of like this channel. Like I think he was like his 550th subscriber. So I kind of watched him grow, and it was kind of cool. And I learned some stuff from him. He helped me read a chart better than I could before. And it was pretty neat. All right, so and Chad agrees with me about some guys with the kids in the 20s. They don't have the life experience. There's nothing wrong with having 10 different jobs and getting fired. That's life experience for me, man. You learn a lot. You learn a lot when you're in a corner. You learn a lot when you're down on the stock. Think about this. How much of a better trader have you become now that you're down $10,000, $20,000, $30,000? Right? Right? I owned a funeral home stock. It's called Stonemore. It went from $20 to, no, it was at 25, went to 13, and at one point it was down to like 50 cents. Oh, I learned a lot. I became the man I am today because of that. One, I learned never to buy a stock I don't want to own forever, and don't buy a stock you don't know anything about. So don't buy a stock like that. I took advice from somebody I shouldn't have taken advice from. I made all the mistakes that everybody would make when they first start trading. And luckily, I didn't lose all my money because I took my own advice and bought a stock at about $600 a share. And that stock was called Amazon. See, so I was 50% smart. And, that stock ran into the 1500s. I should have held on to it for longer, but I got out in the 1500s, made some money, started trading, and 3-4 years later, actually broke even on my Stonemore trade. And I was down a lot of money. But I learned a lot, man. What an education. And that's what I think makes me a good trader is I've lost my ass in the beginning. And now I try not to make those mistakes, and I would try to inform you guys not to make those mistakes. Chad's saying the market is moving. Sweet. Yeah, guys, if I don't get your questions, I'm sorry. We've never been so popular before. No, the channel's growing. That's fun for me. It's always good to see. I kind of have a camera for a brain, so I want to try to get to a lot of questions. And crazy MF are saying, although I do find it encouraging that this generation is interested in the markets. Yes, I do too. And they do see that as an opportunity. When I say they are enemies, and I've said this before, if you just popped on, please subscribe and like this just so it just pops up when people search. You always hear people say it helps the algorithm. There's truth to that. There's truth to that. And G Kelly is hey G, you're gonna be my Matt Coors correspondent. I wondered if he was ever on CNBC. I know he was on Fox for a little bit. He did like the sit down. I didn't know that Coors got on CNBC. Yeah, that's suspect, right? They never put Trey on CNBC because back in the day, like before Trey actually, I don't know what happened, but if you remember, like, and maybe you guys know this, my boy Wildfire, which we talk on Twitter, he used to come into the stream. He's probably listening right now. And he used to watch Trey a lot. He knows Trey's history. Trey then said, I'm done with TV. And I was like, dude, you're nuts, man. That's like a commercial for your channel. I'm like, put me on Charles Payne, please. I bet you my sub will go up to like 100,000. Then you guys will be yelling at me, being like, yo, dickhead, why are you charging me to ask a question? I'd be like, because it's the only way to slow down the feed. What's up, Sean? What's up? Dude, let me tell you about my Philadelphia Eagles, Sean. It was a good loss. That was a good loss. I love a loss like that because if they didn't turn the ball over so much, they would have won. Obviously, the Redskins aren't really that good. Taylor Heineke, I like him as a quarterback. He's pesky. But there were some weird things. Even that last play where he took that kneel down, it was like kind of like confusing. It was like a deke. So when Brandon Graham actually slid into him and hit him and got that 15-yard penalty, I'm like, dude, I would have popped him too. It didn't really look like he was down. Whatever. I'm glad they lost. I didn't want to go 17-0. Well, I did want to go 17-0. I didn't want to go 16-1 and lose in the Super Bowl. So it's all good, man. But no, you want to talk your sports, I'll throw it in there. I'm Philly all day, baby. I was raised right. So if you're from this area and you're a Cowboys fan and then you tell me go Phillies, get the hell out of here. You're 4 for 4 or you are no more. This AMC thing is my recovery plan. I will never let go unless it goes to the number I really like. Steve, I'm with you, man. There's no reason to let go. If you're in this market right now and you're a trader, new to it, in the game, I don't know how you're not just heavy into these two, because what are you buying? What are you buying? I mean, let me bring up the Webull chart here. Somebody said the market was recovering. I don't see any recovery in the market. What are you buying? You buying Apple? Okay. I mean, I don't know, because why those blue chips scare me, because when stuff hits the fan, and like I said, it's going to, it's going to be interesting, and they might start selling off all their blue chip stocks, because that's where the money is. That's where their money is. I mean, you don't think Bezos was in on this whole thing when Sears and Toys R Us was getting smacked? Come on, man. I mean, his company, I think Amazon's a great company, and maybe it was for the greater good in some respects, the way they deliver products. It is efficient. We all use it. But he grew fast, and that's why he's one of the richest men in the world. And I always say one of the richest, because I've said before, there is dark money out there, guys. Elon Musk and whoever changes, Bill Gates, Bezos, whoever changes to be the richest man in the world, they are not the richest men in the world. Maybe singly the richest alive men that we know about, but there are families out there, family offices. There are dark money families out there that built this country that have way more money than that. They have what Joe's talking about. Hey, Joe, what's happening, man? Welcome back. The 8 quadrillion. Joe, you got any info on the 8 quadrillion? I was saying before, I've never said that word before. About like 3 days ago, first time I ever said quadrillion. Yeah, Chad, the Biden family, they're too stupid to have that kind of money. They just take payoffs. Sorry, not trying to get political. I'm not red, blue, green. But I'm going to call out who I call out. And if you're the leader of this country and stuff's going on under your watch, I'm going to call you out. And if Trump becomes president and this stuff continues, I'm going to call him out too. So a lot of people might think I'm a Trumpy. No, I'm not. But I certainly want change, because these 2 years have been horrible. And the lies that have been told to us and the things that are going on behind the scenes, like these CBDCs, they're not good. I don't trust any of them either, Chad. I don't trust anybody. And I didn't know. I mean, let's think about this. There are a lot of people on here that have kids. So let's get our kids to start a candy business. All right, let's start a candy business today. And the kids can sell candy out of their backpack and just go. And I had kids that did this in my high school. They made a killing. How are you going to secure that candy business? Because eventually somebody's going to get in trouble. You're going to get caught. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my kid to school, and I'm going to load up his backpack with Hershey bars, M&Ms. I mean, it's going to look, once he unzips that thing, man, it's going to be like a pretty store. Like a freaking light's going to turn on when he opens it. It's going to look like a storefront. But I'm going to tell my kid, I'm going to say, listen, every morning though, go to your principal and your assistant principal and give them each a Hershey's chocolate bar, or find out what their favorite candy is. Find out what their favorite candy is every morning. Well, no, well, Dad, I don't want to. I only make I only make $50 a day. I don't want to give them that money. I'm saving up for my Yeezy sneakers. Give them the money. It's better than nothing. Dude, I'm telling you, if my kid did that, his candy business, he'd graduate high school with probably 10 grand in his pocket. And you know what I'm saying? So think about how this is going. You could pay off all these politicians, get whatever you want. There's something circulating right now. I don't know if anybody's seen it online that Citadel doesn't have to pay taxes. They don't pay taxes. I mean, I don't know if anybody's seen that. It's wild. I'm going to make a video on it because it's just the corruption is unbelievable. They'll pay taxes. Does that surprise anybody? No. Because think about it. Citadel, let's say Ken Griffin makes, maybe he has to pay $10 billion in taxes because he made $100 million or whatever, or $100 billion, whatever. He's like, man, screw this. I'm not going to give $10 billion in taxes. That's a little high. Let's just say he makes $1 billion. He's like, screw this. I'm not going to pay $300 million in taxes. I'll just give $100 million to the politicians to get them to change the laws, and I'll save $200 million. Yeah. Yeah, Jeffrey, that's the same thing. Didn't their parents set up a little candy business but called it crypto? Yeah, that's exactly it. You don't, hey, change this law for me and I will make a political contribution. Well, where does that go to? Oh, well, we use those political contributions to get our membership at Augusta in Georgia. Oh, yeah, where the Masters is played, this private club. We use that so then we can take people that we need influence for to win office. Oh, so you took political contributions so you could play golf. These guys will say they don't use this money for private stuff, but they do. They use it for travel. What? Oh, we went to Jamaica for a conference. I'm sure you did. We went to Epstein Island for a conference. I'm sure you did. There was a lot of influential people there. Oh, I'm sure there were. I'm sure there were. Do you have a list? No. Lost that list. Don't have a list for Epstein Island occupants. Wouldn't surprise me the least as Jeff is on that island. I know he killed himself. I tell you what, if I had a list and you said you were going to kill yourself, I'd be like, yeah, here's the deal. If I die, this list is going to come out. It's going to come out. I'd program a computer with some sort of thing. Like if I don't log in after 120 days, send this email to the New York Times. I really don't believe he's dead. I really don't. More conspiracy theories. That's what we are. We're all a bunch of conspiracy theorists until this shit comes true. All right, looking at the stock. Woo-wee. It's definitely a buy day. It's definitely a buy day in the market. But like I said, I'm looking forward, guys. I'm looking forward to next week. The T90s, the FTD. Ape has supposedly every day 9 million FTDs were made for Ape. That's like an average. That's wild. What does that look like? What's that run look like? Yeah, Ronnie, accidental suicide, of course. Yeah, I mean, they just do stuff right in front of our face, and they're like, "What are you gonna do about it? You're not gonna do nothing." And he's right. First of all, a lot of us don't even care. We don't care about Jeffrey Epstein. We just don't like what he did or what these creeps are. I mean, it's just creepy. It's just creepy, man. And the fact that Bill Clinton just gets to walk around the streets is beyond me. I mean, we know that dude was a frequent flyer, and how the hell he just gets to continue to do his thing. As Crazy MF are saying, look at the Clintons. Man, just wild. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. Question everything. Trust nobody. The way of the mafia. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Child's what? All right, Childs. You know what? That's like an open-ended question saying how many sodas do I drink in a day? So is it because of my energy level or just the fact, you know what? I go on and off the sauce. Not that many, but I would say on a I'll drink like 3 or 4 cans a day on like a crazy day. I shouldn't drink soda. It's so bad for me. It's so bad. And what'll happen is I'll drink it, and then like 3 months later, I'll be like, oh, I gained 10 pounds. And then I'll stop drinking it, and then 3 months later, I'll lose the 10 pounds. I need to stop doing that because one day I'm just going to gain the 10 pounds. It's never going to jump off me like I think it's going to. So not that much. I didn't have any soda today. I'm drinking iced tea. Caffeine, man. Wherever I can find it. Whenever I can find it. Wherever I can find it. Oh, man. Yeah, so if you're, like I said, you're new to the channel, please sub. I do appreciate it. This is fun for me. Like I said, I'm making friends on here. It'd be so much fun. I know a lot of YouTubers talk about this, like, oh, I want to meet up and all that stuff. But to me, that would be neat. But that's down the line, man. Let's keep our eyes on the prize, and we're holding for gold. That's how I feel about it. Joe thinks Michael Jackson is alive. You know, Joe, if you come out with a couple albums, or at least drop one new album, I mean, because like Tupac still puts out stuff. So until Michael comes out with an album, I cannot support your theory, Joe. You're just nuts. You're just nuts, dude. What are you talking about? We were talking about real tinfoil hat stuff. Don't bring your Michael Jackson stuff in here. Oh, I got you, Josh. I got you. Yeah, 4 a day. Dude, I don't touch that Red Bull stuff because I know that's like crack cocaine in my world. I know I do not. I have never had a Red Bull. You know, I've never had a Red Bull. Because I know I would go wild over that. I think I saw this the other day. I was at if you guys live on the East Coast, you guys know Wawa. It's like the best convenience store chain ever. If you've ever been to one, you know what I'm talking about. They're coming. They're really pretty much, I think they're only in like Pennsylvania, Delaware. Well, they started in Delaware. I think they're in Maryland. They're like going down south. They're going down the East Coast. But it's like I'm going to compare them to 7-Eleven. Like I said, it's a convenience store, but I will reference Wawa every once in a while because I'll get my coffee there and stuff. But I'll go into Wawa and I saw that they had like Coke. It was like super caffeine Coke. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, I can't buy that. I'll drink the heck out of that stuff. Conspiracy. So Jeff is saying, speaking of conspiracy theories, what did DWAC do today? Are we basing that off of stock price? I mean, I will tell you this. I'm sure that whatever happened with DWAC is hey, Moscato, South Jersey, what part? The shore or Citadel just listed as FIC bailout or something. Okay, yeah, like what the F? Patty, I'm with you. Yeah, so that's what I was talking to you about. If you were listening, remember I was just talking about I was going to do a video on something like that. Not you're breaking this for me, so I'm not. I hate when YouTubers are like, "Oh, I was just talking about that." Nah, I wasn't. I was sort of saying like the DTCC or the FICC, which is what you're saying. And I believe you. Yeah, they effective November 21st. They're part of like their insurance, right? Patty, is that what you're reading? Yes, I'm from Pennsylvania, Ronnie. Cherry Hill, dude. Moscato, man. We're practically neighbors. Cherry Hill, nice. I used to teach in Philadelphia, in the Philadelphia school district. That's what gives me street cred. Street cred. Do you really have street cred? I have street cred. I taught in two of the toughest schools in Philadelphia. That makes me a wild man. Um, Ronnie is supporting my Wawa habit. Although I'm mad at Wawa because they used to have like their hoagies are now like 3 inches shorter. That's what she said. But yeah, I guess what is that? Inflation? Keep the prices the same and make everything smaller. That's kind of the deal with the United States right now. Yeah, Patty, I see that as good news. If they're set as a bailout recipient, guys, let's be honest. Are any of these people going to go to jail? I mean, we're a small club here. I mean, we're a small club. I don't think any of these people are going to jail. I just don't. They're too. I just want my money. I just want my money, man. And here's the thing: when we get our money, be a good person. I was in the beginning of my videos, I would always go, stay strong, stay positive, be a good person. I'll see you on the next one. I would say that. And I stopped doing the be a good person. I don't know. I guess I ran out of time. But yeah, I don't feel like they're gonna go to jail. Slaps on the wrist, suicides. Yeah, we're gonna see that. I think we'll see that. So, Joe, that filing, as I've understood it, was they're like the FICC or the DTCC that Patty was bringing to us. And I had read about it last night or even this morning, maybe. They're just going to be part of whatever club or whatever. But the bottom line is they're on the insurance plan now. And they just put, Patty, I don't know if you saw this as well, but they just put like Vanguard and a whole bunch of like Vanguard funds are now on this insurance policy, which is pretty interesting because I have a ton in my Vanguard IRA of AMC GME. And I'm sure a lot of people do as well. And what's fun about having your stuff in the IRA, if you're not self-managing your 401s or IRAs, I highly suggest it because that's where nefarious stuff goes on. That's where they borrow stuff from you and they say, congratulations, you got 6% in the market. You're like, 6%? That's bullshit. I mean, 6% this week. That got me into day trading too. So, but my point is you get in there, say AMC, say you have your shares in your IRA and it's all dedicated to AMC and GME. If it runs, no taxes, baby. No taxes still comes out. No taxes still comes out. So if that thing runs to quadrillions, my new favorite word, I want to be a quadrillionaire. If that thing runs, there's no taxes on that until you pull it out. So it can mature. Say you make $500,000 in your IRA. They're not taking 38% of that once this goes down. That 500,000 can just multiply and compound, and you can trade other stocks with it. And when you're ready to retire or ready to withdraw, yeah, you're going to take a tax hit, but you might be taking a tax hit and never have to touch that $500,000. See what I'm saying? It's like your seed money. Keep that seed. It's like a garden. You keep growing that garden. Grows high enough, you pull some out, grow some more. Carl, what's happening, man? Jeffrey Carl just trying to find someone worth watching. Jeff, that's me. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm worth watching. I entertain myself. It's kind of funny though. You guys got to understand. I don't know if anybody ever talks about this, but like streaming is weird because you got to understand. Like I'm down here, like I'm like here by myself, but I'm not. I like talking to people. Um, Joe always brings stuff to the table that's pretty interesting. Sitting on 11,000 shares of AMC. Booyah. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we've got some what do we call people that have over 10,000 shares? Should we call them dolphins? Is that too feminine to be a dolphin? Um an orca. Orca, that doesn't sound scary either. Can't be a shark. Yeah, maybe you're a shark. We need stock mafia, Mr. Simon, if you're still on the feed. We need a stock mafia vocabulary book. You start coming up with whalettes. Patty, you are a whalette. No, you should be a dolphin because I don't know. I feel like dolphins are like girly. No, like my daughter, I have a little girl, and she's like, I love dolphins and I love mermaids. That's all I like, and fishies. That's all I like. Dolphins with lasers, baby. Boom. Walrus. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Josh. So Josh is a walrus. Yeah, man. And honestly, we just all want to be rich. And if we're not going to be rich, because let's be honest, $1 million is not going to make us rich, but it sure will help. It sure will help. Pay off your mortgage, pay off your car, not have to worry about that stuff anymore. I mean, think about life without a mortgage. Think how much money you could save. Yeah, we should have a category. That's all I'll do. I'll make like a category list of stock mafia shareholders. I'll put it on my paper. And we'll have like a range. Like if you have under 1,000, like you could be like a what the hell's the killer fish that I'm losing my train of thought? To have the teeth? Smallmouth bass, maybe. Barracuda. All right. Yeah, Patty, you're a mermaid. You just be a mermaid. There you go. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Piranha. Boom. Just like that. I said it and it popped right up. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, you crazy motherfucker. You guys got some funny, like what are they? I would say like, they're called avatars. They changed profile names. Yeah, it's like I talk to people and I'm like, what's up, crazy MFer? Maybe we're like, yo, my name's Bob. All right. Oh man, the market, killing me here. Yeah. So you always hear people say like zoom out, and I always want people to feel good. So zoom out on AMC. Zoom out on AMC and just understand that we have been rising, even though we hit like a bottom. And as I say zoom out, I can't zoom out. Let me see. Month. There we go. But you can see we are going up. So when we were down in the fives in the beginning of the month, we are slowly getting a rise. Here we are. We're just bouncing a little bit, but that is good news that we're moving up, and especially leading into next week. We don't know what next week's going to bring. We don't know what nefarious stuff they're going to do to stop some of the things that are popping up with the FTDs and the T90s. And but did you guys see this? This is actually pretty cool. If you didn't, I think this is pretty neat to tell you about. If I can find this girl on here, I will find her. She said something that was pretty interesting. She went to the London showing with Adam Aaron last night. I'm going to find her because Adam has been posting. It's this girl right here in the white shirt with the jeans. I'm trying to. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to go on Stephanie. And she's like, a truly honor to meet CEO Adam. He's lovely, blah, 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 blah. He's confirmed that he reads our tweets. And why do I know this? Because she said, where is it? She said it. Well, whatever. This is exactly what she said. So see him like signing her jeans. Watch out for that hand, Adam. I don't know what the hell that's all about. Anybody see that tweet and see his hand? I'm like, what are you doing here, bro? Like, he's like, I need to hold your leg so I can sign my name. I'm like, okay, get off my girl. That's funny. But she kind of made a comment and she said to him, when you tweet, do you purposely do like cryptic messages? And his answer to her was, a blonde only knows she's a blonde. Forgive me, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. A blonde doesn't know she's a blonde, only the hairdresser knows, or something like that. Somebody can say it better than I can, and I don't expect you to type it up, but you get what I'm saying. He kind of was wink to her, like, yeah, I send cryptic messages. So all this us looking into why he said 21 or why he said 3. My thing is, and why I bring up those 2 clues is he talked about 4-day work week. He talked about 4. Well, during the last 4-day work week, we did see a rise in price. That was good. And now we've got a 3-day work week coming up in the States, United States, for all my international folk. And he posted a thing about Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid's number is 21. I know, stupid, I get it, but I've been looking forward to this week for a while. I posted a video called November Squeeze. You can watch it. I did it literally the first week of October. No, I am not that YouTuber who will come on and say, see, I told you, I'm the one you should listen to. But whatever, it's all bullshit. I just bring stuff to the table and let people comment on it. And just, I'm here to start discussions. That's kind of how I kind of roll with that. Oh, there we go. Only the hairdresser knows if a blonde is truly a blonde. Boom. Thank you. Thank you. You people. Thank you. Yeah. So, and whatever that meant. I mean, I understand what it means. I was always one of those where they say the carpet doesn't match the drapes. But what he was saying was just like, yeah, he sends out cryptic messages to us for us to figure out. But let's be honest, he's the only one that knows. So Joel Embiid's number 21, November 21st on Monday, 3 days. Because he said Wakanda forever, Wakanda forever, Wakanda forever, 1, 2, 3. And he was always doing Doctor Strange 4 times, which a lot of people are saying that he was telling us to DRS our shares. So you could take that for whatever you want. Yeah, you people, exactly. Whatever works. Yes, Jeff, you're with me. Jeff, now you have somebody to watch, right? Now that I said the carpet match the drapes joke, now you're like, all right, I'm in. I'm putting down what this guy's selling. I'm gonna go buy some GTII. No, did not say that. No, I've never pushed stocks. It's stupid. If you get in trouble for that shit, man. And who would want that on their conscience to sit there and tell people what to do? So I'm glad it's like sort of illegal to be a YouTube financial advisor, but I'll never tell you to buy and sell. I just look at stocks in the non-squeeze days, the MOAS, AMC, GME days. Just profile stocks, talk about them. That's what I love to do. It's so much fun. I love business. I love companies. I love new stuff. Technology is always fun. I would love to get into like the Teslas and the Neos and really dive into that stuff. You know what, Patty? So Patty's saying Unusual Whales is saying Tom Brady's being sued for promoting FTX. I thought I think he was being sued even before all this stuff came down. Walt says he cracked the code. AA is going senile, and he's starting to repeat things often. Well, I will tell you this. I went to go see Adam Aaron when he came to Philadelphia, about a month ago, um, at the movie theater, and he did his whole speech, and I was like, "Oh!" And actually, if you want to know who I was, if you watch that video, I'm the one who said, "Kill the shorts," because I wanted to see what his reaction was, because I like to read people. And he was like, "Well, that's how you feel, but I'm gonna give you my take on it." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not hanging out for this whole movie. This guy ain't gonna give me nothing, and I don't want to take a picture with him because I don't care about that. I care about my money." But that being said, I was there, and he literally did the same exact speech at London. I watched somebody did the live feed with him at London. He said nothing different. It was totally canned. He said, "I love you, apes," and everybody goes, "Yay!" And but yeah, Tom Brady. I thought Tom Brady was being sued previously from the FTX stuff for whatever reason. He's an angel investor. We don't really know what that is. I don't believe his net worth was 650 million. I don't believe he put all his net worth. That was him and Giselle combined, which obviously that's half now. But he lost money. No doubt about that. But maybe he's getting it back, because Kevin O'Leary seems to be getting it back, because he was like, "Oh, I made a bad investment." And then 48 hours later, he's pushing FTX again and telling everybody how Sam Brinkman is a genius. How are you a genius in crypto? You just own crypto. A lot of these guys that open these crypto exchanges is because they were like computer hackers who got into this crypto world, and they were buying Bitcoin for the price of Shiba Inu. And they had 100 million Bitcoin, and then that shit goes to whatever, $1,000, and next thing you know, they're bazillionaires. So that's a lot of the stories for a lot of Bitcoiners. And because I was always fascinated, because I love computers and get into that hacking stuff. Yeah, Jeffrey, you're right. Yeah, Tom is being sued by his wife. Yes. And it's funny, my wife even said, she'd always say, "Well, it's about time." And I said, "What do you mean? Tom Brady, he's the GOAT." I'm like, "Baby, you don't talk about the GOAT." And she's like, "No, Tom loves football." She goes, "I would hate to be married to Tom, because Tom loves football more than anything else." And I guess she's kind of right. You can't be that good at something and for it not to be like your whole existence. I try not to make the stock market my whole existence, but right now somebody's losing out on my love. Maybe they don't want it. But you know what I'm saying. I mean, I get obsessed with stuff, especially with business, but you got to work. But his is a little different. You're playing a professional football, you travel all the time, they're always away. I mean, I don't travel. I mean, I could work all day, my kids know exactly where I am. It's like Dad's downstairs in his office. So any opinion on XRP? Only opinion I have on XRP is, it's where do you buy it? I've said that before. It's hard to find. It's hard to buy. I don't know what a lot of the brokerages that we have access to, we can't buy. You can't buy it on Coinbase. I mean, maybe you could buy it on FTX. Well, shit, that's gone. So, I'm trying to understand. Uphold. Uphold is where you can buy XRP. Okay, L Bank. See, you guys watched my video last night? I mean, I was like talking about these like brokerages are coming out of nowhere. They're like, "Oh, Salt just said you can't withdraw." I'm like, "What the hell? What? What is Salt?" That should scare anybody, that we don't know any of these places. Okay, so Fidelity is on their way to selling crypto, Ronnie. I would buy XRP on Fidelity, because I've said this before, like, you want to get with a brokerage that has something to lose besides your money. And I think a lot of people agree with me. These guys can open up shop. Like, listen, if we were con men, right? And let's say that I don't know, let's say you're Trey. Oh no, let's say you're Matt Kors. Let's say you're Matt Kors and you open up your own crypto Kors exchange and you buy your crypto on crypto Kors, and he's linked to Binance and FTX and all these guys, and then boom, close the door, done. That's it. That's it. It's gone. Your money is gone. You didn't buy nothing. You bought synthetic crypto. That's why you want to buy your stuff on brokerages that have a lot of money, because if shit hits a fan, they can pay you back, or at least you can sue them and get some of your money. That's my only concern about that stuff. So you people's talking about the institutions, the 507 institutions. That's a big number, right? They didn't file their 13F, which they are supposed to by law. But let's be honest. What happens when they don't do anything? They get fined 4 years later. And people are saying it's because of their ape shares. And I wonder if that means they have synthetic ape or they don't have any ape at all. That's what this T90 is supposed to be bringing about. That's what this T90 is supposed to be bringing about. These failures to deliver on ape. And if you're buying into anything that Adam Aaron is saying on his tweets, if you're just, looking at the lines, man, Adam Aaron is signing all sorts of people in places. Okay. Well, if they let him do it, have at it. Let me see. Yeah. But I'm saying, I'm just looking for some of his tweets to see if any of his little clues. But you can look at my videos. I made a video called 3, which I kind of drew some lines to here, way there, in terms of what I think is going to happen. So let me go back to the chat here. Yeah, Jeff, I'm with you, man. You buy that crypto, move to a cold wallet, but did you know that there's fees in that? So that's the thing that people stop, and it gets annoying, because it's like, let's just say I got $500. I buy $500 worth of whatever it is, XRP, because it's like 40 cents. So I buy it, and then I'm like, oh, sweet, cool. I have 1,000 shares. And then you're like, I want to now move it to my cold wallet. Well, cold wallet costs $80 at Best Buy. I know that because my buddy just went and bought one, because he just moved all his crypto. I don't know what he has. Moved all his crypto to a cold wallet. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I would figure it out because I'm a nerd. But I don't know how to do that because I don't own any crypto. But you move it to a cold wallet. There's a fee to do that as well. I'm sure it's like $50 or $60 that you would have to pay Coinbase, because they don't want you to get that stuff off there. They don't want that. You're like removing the keyword liquidity from their exchange. They don't want you to do that, but they have to let you do it, because that's the thing. And this is what I love. This is what I love about, and we should all love anything with this crypto on the blockchain. Blockchain is trackable. You can see all that's going on. I'm telling you, man, the apes are finding out all sorts of funny business about what's going on with FTX and these AMC tokens that were used as collateral to short AMC stock, and GME tokens to short GME stock, and more and more, all the meme basket, whether it's Nokia, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond. We are not to be messed with, because we all do all sorts of different things. I mean, everybody on this chat right now has an experience in either computers, engineering, finance, education, construction. We know people that know people. Our friends work on Wall Street, or they're financial advisors. I mean, we got this thing covered, man. They are messing with the 99%. There are more of us than them. There are 10,000. They're outnumbered 10,000 to 1. And they're not going to get away with this. They're just not. And they might London Metal exchange us and say, yeah, it ran to 100,000 and you get 50,000 a share. Okay. I'm sure my boy that was posted in the beginning that he had like 10,000 shares. I think he'd take 50,000 a share. Man, you couldn't hold the 50,000 a share with that 10,000 shares. You guys want to know the math on that one? I can't do it in my head. Da, da, da. I have a special calculator for this. The crazy. I'm waiting to see if somebody does it before me. 50,000 shares. No, $50,000 times 10,000 shares. Well, it's only 500 million. You can live on that. You got to give half to the government. So you can live on 250 million. You're good. That's pocket change. Yeah. Whew. There's no way. I could never hold to that number. Sure, I might have some shares, but there's no way. You're staring at that kind of money. That's crazy. And you're like, oh, he's a shill. He won't hold to 100,000. Shut up. That's a lot of money, man. Crazy MF, there has to be a reason behind it. Maybe there's an agenda the government has yet to implement. Oh, Fidelity no longer allowing online stock transfers. Phone only 30-minute wait time. Patty, so you'll like this. So when I DRS'd my shares from Fidelity, I actually transferred my shares from Vanguard because Vanguard was doing funny stuff. They're all doing nonsense, right? So I threw some shares into Fidelity because Fidelity was doing the quickest DRS. And then I called Fidelity. I was on hold for 45 minutes and nobody was talking to me. 45 minutes. And when I DRS'd my shares to Fidelity. So I do have shares there with Computer Share. I've said this before, and those are the people that are popping in late or early. I have shares there. I just like to diversify in terms of my brokerages. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Even though what I just said about not financial advice makes no sense, I just like to say it. Ronnie's saying 27% taxes. Is that what you're talking about? Man, you pay more than 27%, Ronnie. I don't know where you are. You might be, if I look at my analytics, I got like 3 people that watch my video from Nigeria. What's up, Nigeria? What's popping? Dan, I know nothing about Gemini. Dude, this is the crazy shit. Like all these freaking apps that sell stock. All these guys, I'm sorry. It's like an octopus. They're all linked to Citadel. They're all linked to. If they're not one of these big banks, if you can't say like Goldman, JP Morgan, and I don't even know if you want to be linked to them, but I'm saying direct exchanges where you're saying like big names that you've known about forever. All those other ones, my opinion, it doesn't make it right. I'm just, for me, I'm just like, man, that's tough, because I see all this stuff. Like I was saying the other day that I remember when PayPal, because I have an eBay business, I sell my product on eBay, and they changed all this stuff, and I get all this PayPal notifications. They're like, oh, we're selling crypto now. I'm like, really? And they weren't charging any fees. So I actually bought my first crypto on PayPal because for like 6 months, I was like trading it and they would never charge me. I was like, woohoo, this is fun. No charging. I could withdraw my money whenever I wanted to get charged. And right before they changed that law, I took out, I actually made some money and I took it out. That was fun. The early days. We're still in the early days of technology, even though we all don't realize it. I mean, remember when the internet, they didn't tax you on products? They do it now, but they didn't for a long time. You could just buy stuff and there was no sales tax. Not financial. Yeah, Jeff, that's the one thing. But if I were you, it is not illegal to say the things that I say or other people say. If I come on, what I think is the most illegal thing is what Lou does. Lou is like straight market manipulation. He only talks about GTI and he tells you to buy it and sell it. That's financial advice. talking about a company, saying, "Oh, look at this. Look at Ape. It dropped under $2 and it might be in a buy range." That's not financial advice. You make your own decisions off of that. For those that who and what I'm talking about, you cool. Wu-Tang Clan, diversify. Well, I don't know what you're saying about the Wu, but when's Ryan Cohen going to let us listen to our album? When's Ryan Cohen going to drop our NFT? If you guys are in GME, man, GME just gets like, it's quiet. It's just quiet. I don't like it. I don't like it quiet. I know everybody wants to get that whole thing DRS. And do you know that that GME shareholders, and I'm one of them, has DRS 58% of the shares? That's pretty significant. And everybody's like, well, why isn't the price action happening? Who the hell knows? Who knows? It's not 100%. Until it gets to 100%, then you got action. They can delist. They can go private. If they go private, then all those shares have to be bought back. I'm telling you, man, that's the whole DRS thing. So we can all look at it in the short term and go, they have sell limits. They don't let you do this. You can sell the shares as quick as possible. It's been proven. I've proven it. Boom, boom, you sell. That's not an issue. They have sell limits, but so does your broker. They don't tell you, but go into Vanguard right now and try to sell one share, put a 60-day sell limit and say, I want to sell a share of AMC for $1,000. Won't let you do it. They won't let you put it in the system. So at least ComputerShare lets you do that. Carl, you playing with me? Oh, he did. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so I'm reading. People are talking about Lou. I don't want to talk about Lou. You know what? If you do what he says, and it all works out, good for you. Like he's not my guy anymore. He once was, but he's not my guy. Oh, okay. I got you. He's another one. He's another one that I feel like when I come on these chats, I mean, I think all my stuff is like clean. Like I don't have anybody behind me, at least not yet. I mean, I don't have like 4 gazillion subscribers, but like Lou has a lot of subscribers too. And I'm like, that people, you don't really need to watch him anymore. He's like a soap opera. You know, you watch a soap opera. I used to watch soap operas with my grandma. And I wouldn't watch them. She'd every day she'd have like General Hospital on and stuff. And man, it'd take me 2 episodes. I couldn't watch that thing for 6 months. It'd take me 2 episodes. I catch up. That's how I feel about Lou. He's like a soap opera. I don't have to watch Lou for like 3 months. I go on there. He's going to tell me who's going to run. Ape is AMC. AMC is Ape. What's Ape? I don't know what AMC is. I don't know what Ape is. AMC is Ape. Ape, AMC. I mean, it's the same shit all day long. Bring something new to the table. And then he gets his buddy on there. He's like, oh, world's going to end. World's going to end on Monday. Well, we're still here. Thanks, Blue Ice Pop. Crazy MFer. Yeah, so crazy. So you were with me. I think Street Cred the same thing. And I admitted it. I watched him religiously. I watched Lou religiously because I felt like he was getting insider information. I watched him religiously, and when Ape came around, and then I was really suspect on his objective and what he was trying to pull off with the whole Ape thing. So I pieced out. I think he lost a lot of subs with that. And then he was pushing the GTII, which, I mean, if you bought it at 48 cents, you rode it to $5 and made money. Freaking awesome. But I don't know what GTII does. And it is on the OTC, and people are like, well, no, it's on the OTCC, so there's no halts. Yeah, and there's also, they're not on the stock exchange. You can really just make up a story about a company. I mean, literally make up a story about a company and say, well, we're in the electric vehicle realm and industry, and there ain't no vehicles. There's not even an outlet to plug something in. And you can kind of get away with it. And you can sell stock in that company. You'd be like, well, I'm trying to raise funds. And boom, bada boom. And next thing you know, it goes from 5 to 0. I hope that doesn't happen with GTII. I know that he has convinced a lot of people to get into it. And let's hope it does run to $100. Awesome. I don't care. That's good. Stocks do go up. Now, it doesn't seem like it, but stocks do go up. Jeff, you're right though. It's you watch this. Yeah, that's Guy Stefano. I didn't watch Days, but I know you're talking about. My grandma didn't watch it. My grandma was an ABC soap opera girl, lady. All right, so now we're getting into soap operas with Jeff and Carl here. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like, I actually accidentally, I shouldn't say accidentally. I was like, one day I watched my soap operas. No, but I guess I was on TV and somehow I popped on it. And I don't change channels anymore because I actually watch YouTube TV, not a commercial here, but I do the stream of everything off of my Fire Stick. YouTube TV is actually really good. If you have for sports, I had Hulu Live Sports. Didn't work. Stalled out all the time. This is the real deal. This is a real review. Glitched out all the time. I watch sports on YouTube TV. Perfect. It's perfect. I get a Fire Stick, plug it in the back of my TV. It's like an all-in-one remote. I'm telling you, man, you can't beat it. Not a plug. I'm not getting paid for it. I should, because I tell you what, it is awesome. It is really awesome. Yeah, Jeff, if you know, you know. Exactly. Yep, I'm with you, man. Yeah, Stefano died 50 times. All right. What time did I come on here? Yeah. I mean, I do. I mean, 2 hours. 2 hours is a long time to live stream. I don't know how Trey and Coors were doing it for 7 hours, because I just start losing my voice. That's probably why Trey's voice went to nothing. They probably told him to quit. He's like, you know what? I should really take this $6 million from Citadel, because the doctor did say if I keep live streaming 7 hours a day, I'm not going to have a voice anymore. And I believe that, because you've seen me this whole time drinking my water and my iced tea, and I've run out, and now I'm like Darren on the desert. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, I always say this, but I do want to start streaming even for an hour on different time zones, just because I feel like what I always said was, I feel like people that show their voice, their faces on video and do live streams, I think it makes their videos more relevant, because you get to actually know them. So there are YouTubers that everybody watches, and I'm as guilty as anybody else, that don't show their face. And I take their information like a grain of salt. It's okay, but I can't read them. I don't even know if that's really them. But the people that do come on, if they just live stream all the time, then that makes more sense. I like to do what I like to do, just for time purposes. And I feel like my live streams are better. I guess it's like a podcast, more relevant in terms of content, because I'm not doing it every single day. I don't want to run out of things to talk about with you guys. And obviously, so if anybody have any questions, T-Gun, we'll maybe do the last question of the day. Is T90 a real thing? Yes, it is. It is a real thing, and it is supposed to happen next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we don't know. Some people say the 21st, some people say the 22nd. I originally did the countdown, it was 23rd, so we'll be paying attention to that. It is all about the failure to delivers of APE, and we have historical reference when Tesla did a preferred equity stock, when Overstock did their crypto coin preferred equity dividend stock, and also Newegg did a preferred equity dividend stock. When they all did those, they saw a significant price rise after 90 days of issuance, because when it was initially issued, it got shorted to death. And that was with FTDs. So, all right, guys, please subscribe. I'm trying to get, dude, I will tell you this, guys, my comments are kind of like, please keep commenting, but sometimes I miss your comments because, man, I'm getting spammed like a mother. Thank you, Patty. Thank you. Off to show overpriced houses now. Hey, I just brought an overpriced house. But I sold an overpriced house. So I think I came out pretty okay, I guess. All right, guys, stay strong, stay positive. I will see you on the next one.